Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the video. So we had another volatile week in the stock market, yet again as the market prepares for the upcoming election. In this video, we're going over what to expect in the week ahead, along with the top election trade ideas to watch. As always, there are timestamps in the description. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so starting out by taking a look at the S&P futures chart, the consolidation phase continued at the beginning of the week from Monday to Wednesday, though we finally got the break of the range on Thursday. So overall, this was a 16-day long consolidation between 5,800 support and 5,914 resistance, and it broke to the downside of the range on Thursday. This long of a consolidation is no joke, hence the violent move that played out on Thursday once it broke to the downside. It followed through down to 57.37, where it found support and got the relief bounce on Friday, but so far it has backtested and rejected at 5,800, which was that breakdown trigger from Thursday. So going into next week, expect a big volatility, with Tuesday, November 5th being election day. Continue to keep things simple based on technicals. We now have some well-defined levels to watch and trade off of. So on the downside, that 57.25 to 57.37 zone is key support to hold, and that zone has been the bottom of the range since mid-September. A break below there would trigger further downside at target 57.08, and then 56.63 to 56.69, which would also be key support and a major decision point for the market. And on the upside, 57.97.5 to 5800 is key resistance in the bottom of the previous trading range. A reclaim above there would be the upside and short squeeze trigger, and open upside back into the previous range with levels above at 58.30, 58.40 to 58.46, 58.68 to 58.73, and then 5900 to 59.14, which can see new all-time highs above there. So the market has been mostly positioned for a Trump victory for the past couple weeks, but odds have now shifted a bit towards the other direction, which is a big reason for the rotation in the market that played out on Thursday and on Friday. I've written about the main stock beneficiaries for either candidate winning, so if you haven't read that yet, make sure to check it out, and that is linked in the description below. And another point that I made in that newsletter is that if there's a sell-off into the election, there is a high chance that the election is a buy the news event, and the market gets a strong rally back up post-election. The market definitely prefers a Trump victory, and it would be pretty likely for an immediate rally if that plays out, in my opinion. If Kamala was to win, though, I would not be surprised with a reaction to either side, though my slight lean would be an initial downside reaction that ends up getting bought up strong within a few days. Obviously, I could be wrong on that, but that is what my gut feeling would be. For those who remember in 2020, the market sold off into the election from fear that Biden would win, though once he won, the market saw a violent rally back up in result, and the current pullback is just a little over 2%, so it's not too similar to 2020, as the Trump victory is more priced in than Kamala. So now getting some trade ideas for the week ahead. First, solar ticker symbol FSLR, maybe my closest watch in the week ahead. So the company reported earnings this week, which missed and had a downside reaction, but it held right at 183.5 support and closed the week back above the 200-day moving average at 203.2. A post-earnings drop getting bought up like this is a big sign of strength, and along with that, the solar sector as a whole has been pretty heavily beat down. It is perceived that solar stocks and renewable energy would be a big winner from a Democrat victory, and obviously investor perception is very important, but in the grand scheme of things, it won't matter that much. For example, just look how solar stocks performed under Biden. Spoiler alert, not great. First Solar also looks very cheap fundamentally, as analysts estimate 20.9 in earnings per share in 2025, so the stock is essentially trading for just 10 times next year's earnings, along with very strong growth. Solar energy has overall just been a hated sector in the market, but that could change very quickly. So next week, the expectations for this stock would be a pop if Kamala wins, or a drop if Trump wins. My take is, though, if Trump wins, it will be a buyable dip, and I would not be surprised to see a dip and rip type move post-election. The key supports to watch below would be the 200-day moving average, 195.2 to 200.27, and then 183.5 as the levels of interest below. And on the upside, the next target levels above would be at 208.1 to 210, 220, and then 232.25. We've also gone over the long-term setup on this before, but this is potentially building out an almost 2-decade-long cup and handle pattern, where the breakout point would be above 300 to 317. So Bitcoin should also continue to be on close watch into the week ahead. So we've gone over the massive cup and handle pattern that it's built out. We've also looked at the Bitcoin ETF, ticker symbol IBIT, with its well-defined trend line. So it broke out this week above the trend line, ran up to $42 per share, and now has pulled back and is backtesting the trend line as new support to close the week. So I would definitely expect big volatility from Bitcoin in the week ahead, though some great trading opportunities come with that. So if Trump wins, this will almost certainly have a positive upside reaction and immediate follow-through to the upside. However, if Kamala wins, there could be some initial panic in Bitcoin, which I believe would bring up a buying opportunity. We've talked about how investor perception is much greater than the actual political effect on stocks for the most part, and that will be the same for Bitcoin in my opinion. Say Kamala wins and IBIT sells to around 36 or 37 per share. I think that could be the washout move before the true breakout plays out. So the dip could be viable if that scenario plays out, or to keep things even more simple, you could just wait until there's a break back above the trend line to enter in for that breakout. Overall though, based on the Bitcoin pattern and how long it's been building out, a very large upside move is coming sooner rather than later in my personal opinion. It also helps that MicroStrategy announced an offering this week of $42 billion, and that entire amount is going to end up in buying Bitcoin. Now taking a look at a couple more setups to keep on watch that are less dependent on election results, and first up is Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. So we talked about Amazon last week, and now it had built out a large bull flag into what would likely be a big earnings move. And they reported great numbers this week and rallied up to that target we talked about at $200 per share. So now $200 has been a major level on this stock. It's likely where Jeff Bezos is selling his shares. For example, if we zoom into the 1 minute chart on Friday, the attempted break above $200 was almost certainly stopped by Bezos, with almost 3.5 million shares traded in a single minute. So because of that Bezos wall, it may take some more time to base, but there is a ton of built up energy here, and once it does break above $200, as it's just a matter of time until it does so, this stock is very likely to see a much larger upside move. And one more to keep on close watch is TOST, ticker symbol TOST. So a few weeks ago we talked about how this stock was starting to break out of its almost 3-year-long base above 27 to 27.85, and since then the breakout has held up very well and followed through higher. It is now testing the key level above at 30.8 with a slight close above it on Friday, which is a big sign of relative strength versus the market and opens a much larger upside above there. There is not much resistance between 30.8 and the next key level that I have marked above at $40 per share. And TOST also reports earnings this week on Thursday, which if they report strong numbers, look out above, as you could see a very large move. Overall, it looks very similar to Robinhood before that stock's big move. So that is everything that I'm watching for in the week ahead. With the election coming up, expect a volatile week, but of course that always brings up great trade opportunities if we see an overreaction to either side. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. For anybody interested in joining the private Discord chat, that is the first thing down in the description, and you can get my personal trade alerts, nightly watch lists, and I answer any questions you guys have in there. Good luck trading the week ahead, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.